Hi, beautiful people. Leticia here with Anthony. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, especially at night, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit of Quinta Avenida at night. This is a beautiful open air mall called Quinta Alegria, and it's right off of Quinta Avenida. And you know what? Yeah, I'm walking on Quinta Avenida. As you can see, some people are wearing masks, some are not. Officially, the governor has mandated that masks must be worn even outside. In practice, many people are not wearing them, and friends of mine who are here and haven't been wearing them, like none of us is getting. Thank goodness, at least up until now, none of us have been getting harassed by the cops or anything like that. Um, this is pretty awesome. I've shown these guys before. It's a father and a kid. They have a musical act together. They're pretty impressive. The little man must be like maybe 5, 6 years old. Anthony's age. Yeah, people are looking. As you can see, lots of people out. Many are wearing masks, unfortunately, but again, because especially the locals, I think they're a little scared of the mandates. And if anything, I'll be. My suspicion is that look at this. Anyway, this is the most touristic part of Quinta Avenida. I'll do a little walking. Yeah, and it comes alive at night. Well, it's always busy, but nightlife is definitely a thing. Now we're actually heading towards a quieter area. Hey everyone. Anyway, a bunch of you have been asking me, if you can still come to Mexico, how are things here, and if you need to do a test and all that. And the answer is yes, you can still come to Mexico. Yes, no, you don't need a test, and no, you don't need to quarantine upon arrival. Mexico is one of the few countries that is more relaxed about these things, thankfully. So, and particularly here in Quintana Roo, which includes the city of Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum. I'm going to show you guys something. 80% of their economy is tourism. So if they shut things off, they're literally going to be hurting so many people. Now, this young man is playing in front of a store that is currently closed. Some stores here have definitely closed as well. We are live from Quinta Avenida in Playa del Carmen. I know there are so many beautiful musical acts, and it's really amazing. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, 80% of their economy is tourism. And unlike other places in the world, such as, the more developed countries like Canada, the US, Australia, well, developed is a misnomer these days, sad to say it. But, these people haven't received any economic relief packages or anything. So if they don't work, they don't eat. Their families don't eat. No, there's been no economic relief. So despite, the fact that the government has reduced capacity in some businesses, and they're trying to tighten things officially there, but it's a very delicate balance, because they really in the absence of, look at this beauty, look at this, restaurants are open, everything you need. Well, but I mean, if you want to live life a little, like, this is where it's at for sure. So yeah, so much of their economy is tourism. I don't think they're likely to do a complete shutdown here, because people would literally starve. And I think the governor, quite frankly, doesn't want to get shut, because you've got starving, angry people. They're not going to take well to that. So, he has to pay at least lip service to the certain powers out there. But in reality, there's only so much you can do because, look, stores. I'm actually happy to see more and more stores open. There were a number of stores that had closed. So yeah, and those of you who, yeah, I'm actually getting many inquiries from Canadians and mostly Canadians because most of you guys are in Canada, um, wanting to come here and spend at least a few months, and yeah, I had commented, man, this is a lot of music. I had commented on previous videos that one of the issues I had was the subpar internet. That's no longer an issue. I'm gonna have to walk a little further away because look at this. This is another mall. Okay, I'll show you guys. Yeah, Delina, they are almost finished. Not fully, but they've made a lot of progress. Somebody's asking me. This is a steakhouse. I'm gonna actually walk a little further away from the busy area. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, it's crazy out here. Well, in a good way. Quinta Avenida, Playa del Carmen. Yeah, I'm just gonna, man, I'm trying to get away from the noise, but it's happening. Yeah, I know, it's amazing. I'm actually this area is sort of like the clubbing district of Quinta Avenida. You know what, Anthony? Let's walk the other way, my love, because it's really loud here. Yeah, like literally, I'm right in the heart of Playa, and they have clubs open. Oh yeah, and that reminds me. Hey Tamara, hey Nicole. There's a group of mariachis playing here. Look. Woo! Yes. I'm gonna actually see if I can walk through this mall here. It's gonna be a little quieter. Merry Christmas, Calle 5, I guess. Yeah, well, I'm very close to the Fifth Avenue. I was walking on Fifth Avenue, and now we're just branching off to a mall here, an open-air mall. Yeah, so, okay, what else to tell you guys? So, no, you don't need a test, and no, you don't need to quarantine upon arrival in Mexico. And by the way, I was talking, a few weeks ago to a client who's originally from Costa Rica, and she told me that Costa Rica had those requirements initially, but they had to remove them because they realized it totally destroyed the travel industry. And when you're in a country that's reliant on travel and where travel is such an important part of the economy, they couldn't afford to do that. So that's why I also think Mexico is not going to take those steps because people would starve. And the governor here, I'm sure doesn't want to get shot. Pretty sure, because they won't mess around here. In addition to that, as one of my friends was mentioning, well, you know what? Some stuff maybe I shouldn't say. Well, I don't mind saying because it's like, what is it? No skin off my back or whatever. So, the businesses that operate here on Quinta Avenida, it's kind of an open secret that they all have to pay protection to the cartel. So, anyway, bottom line, they give a cut of what they make. It's almost like having two governments, right? They give a cut of what they make to the Mexican government, and then they give a cut to the unofficial governments. So the cartels have an interest in keeping these businesses going because they make money off of them. And thank you, Lindsay. And so my friend was saying how she was at a bar not long ago, and somebody casually mentioned to her, oh yeah, the owner had to pay the cartel off so that he could operate at full capacity. He just paid some money to the cartel, and all is well, right? So as obscene and crazy as that may sound, I feel that, the cartels are, for whatever they are, they act as a buffer against unlimited government power. So, sure, there's a lot of wrong things with some of the stuff that happens in the drug trade, and I'm definitely not an expert on that. I feel things are peaceful and relatively safe here. Like, I mean, what can I say? You know, I recently did that video about my friend in the United States and what happened to her. So I'm not gonna take my safety for granted. Estoy haciendo un video, amigo. Ahorita no, amigos, perdón, lo siento. They want to take a picture with Superman, but I ain't got no efectivo on me right now. I've got no cash on me, so no, we're not gonna do that right now. Anyway, look at all this. Oh yeah, speaking of cash, you know, you guys, that's just like Mandarin Cafe. This is a higher end restaurant out here. Yeah, you know, in case you're wondering, if you're gonna come down here, you don't need to bring a bunch of pesos with you. Your Canadian bank cards will work just fine. A lot of stores, restaurants will take cards. It's only the very small businesses and the street vendors that will, you know, only take cash. So it's not a bad idea to have some cash on you. You can get cash, you know, at the airport in Canada, or they have exchange houses everywhere. Thank you very much, Lindsay. Same to you. Oh, these guys are so amazing. We're walking by again, the little kid and his dad playing. I'll show you guys. They're really talented. Come on, handsome. They're really amazing. They basically play for tips. I'm sorry I can't support them tonight, but I did help them in the past. And by the way, the dad, he's either an expat or a tourist. He's not a local. Well, there, you know, and we've spoken about this before. This is oh yeah, let me show you this. Open air art galleries, beautiful photos. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna walk a little bit away from La Quinta so I can have a little bit of quiet, but maybe I may come back. Okay, one thing that people may be surprised about if you come at this time of the year, rents are not cheap, you know. So one of our friends, she was looking at an Airbnb back in October, and the rent was going to be like 600 Canadian a month. By the time she checked again early December or end of November, it had jumped up to 2,000 Canadian a month, and that's not uncommon. So, you know, so here's the thing. If you come here thinking that you're going to be living in a luxury condo with a rooftop pool, with a gym, and so on, those condos exist. You got to understand, this is their highest tourist season traditionally. And I was reading an article, I think it was like New York Times, somebody in a group that I'm a part of had forwarded that Riviera Maya has seen an increase of 23% in Americans traveling to this area compared to 2019. Not surprising, because, you know, everybody, like, they're trying to get away from the U.S. A lot of them well, and here's the thing. Yeah, there are some people still doing and keep in mind that most of the U.S. does not have any quarantine requirements, so they can literally hop on a plane and hop back to the U.S. And Mexico is still one of the few countries that Americans can still travel to, as Dollar Vigilante often likes to point out. We don't know for how much longer that is. And what we're seeing, and this is not just me and my intuition, and what I'm seeing personally, but some of the locals, like there's a lady I got to know who, she's one of the local awake people, and she helps people with airport transfers, like offers a safe taxi like service. And yeah, and she says she's also seeing people that are basically coming for months at a time. Yeah, you want to sit right here, my handsome? This is right across the street. We're now on Avenida 10, which is basically just inland from Quinta Avenida. The streets go like inland 5 by 5, and across the street there's a vegetarian vegan place called Bio Natural. Once again, we are live from Playa del Carmen. My love, we barely started walking. Let's finish our walk. We'll go home. We'll get some water. Let's go, mi vidita. Yeah. So what I wanted to tell you is, again, if you had come here perhaps in September or October when it was rainy season here, you could have gotten some deals on the rents. Right now, especially if your expectations are that you're going to be living in a luxury condo on the beach, like, don't expect to pay. So I'll tell you, like, realtors, experienced realtors here told me to tell my friends and contacts, if you want that kind of luxury, you're going to be paying 2,000 USD plus per month. Now, I am beginning to make connections with a lot of the local realtors and property managers, and some of them, they still have options for less than that, like 1,500 Canadian, 1,600 Canadian. Again, if you're looking for modern, minimalist style, all of that. If you're comfortable, if you're okay to live in a place that maybe is not that fancy, maybe doesn't have a pool and all that, you can still there are cheaper rentals, and I have those kinds of connections as well. Feel free to reach out to me. But I just don't want you to come with unrealistic expectations, because, like I said, I too was shocked at just how high the rents jump up in this area. And an experienced realtor explained to me that, most of the owners of these condos, luxury condos, are Canadians and Americans and Europeans. Like, we're talking Western European countries. Now, a lot of them, and the price point is still, compared to Toronto, GTA, I mean, property prices here are a lot lower. But even so, many people, in order to purchase property here, they might have refinanced their primary residence back in their home country. They have a mortgage to take care of, so they really can't afford to drop the rents to the floor. Like, they have payments to make on this property. So that makes sense, and I just wanted to make that clear so that you don't come with unrealistic expectations. And if I gave you guys unrealistic expectations in the past that were based on September, October level rents, I take that back. Okay, I just if you're going to be coming in this season, you may consider coming with someone else, sharing a place, or again, if you can downgrade your expectation a little bit, you still can live in a beach town, but it's going to be maybe a little more basic place, not so fancy. And there are those rentals again. There are those rentals available as well. Again, we're on Avenida 10 right now. This is, it's not as pretty as Quinta Avenida, but because they allow car. Quinta Avenida is a pedestrian street right in the heart of Playa. Avenida 10, they do allow vehicles for most of it. I'm going to show you guys. One of these days, I'm going to do like a walking tour, show you guys some of the condo buildings that we've got down here. Very pretty. Anyway, I'm like, I can't tell you what to do, but if you have the ability to work remotely, I don't know, and have at least a slightly lower living cost than you would in Canada or wherever you may be living, and have access to more freedom, a better, a better standard of living in my experience, because again, we're talking about enjoying life as well. Like, I was not, yeah, let's not even comment as to what's going on in Toronto. I mean, I'm really proud of and so grateful and honored for all of you who are making efforts and taking a stand for freedom. And I was one of those people too, and I still am to whatever extent I can online. And if things were to get out of hand here, believe me, I would do what I can as well. But I have to say, I am enjoying my life here a lot more. I do miss, the only thing I do miss, I miss the awake people in Toronto. I miss our protests, and my son misses his grandparents. But we do video calls. My hands are okay.
7 minutes worth of sadness.
Okay, my handsome. I understand, my love. Oh yeah. Okay, one last thing. So in the past, I had said that some schools were open. Okay, so here's what I found out. Daycares are open, schools are online only. Now, my son's daycare, thankfully, goes to grade 1. So he's in senior kindergarten. If your children are young like that, you will have access to daycare. Kyle, let's see everyone. Yeah, if your kids are young, you'll have access to daycare. My son's daycare cost me like $200 a month, Canadian. 230 maybe, because I'm going to be extending his hours. Yeah, it's private daycare. There are government-run daycares, but you'd have to be a Mexican national to qualify for those, which I'm not, or a resident. Schools for older kids are online only as of now. However, his teacher, as you may recall, I was mentioning that he was going to a teacher who was running a little private school out of her home, and her school that she works at was going to be opening. Miss Danny, yes, my handsome. Her school was going to be opening in. Look at this, you guys want some nightlife dining. Her school is going to be opening in January, and I'm going to check with her and find out if that's the case, in case any of you want to come that have older kids. Well, her school is an elementary school. And she was an amazing teacher, and yeah, in a way, I feel good, hopefully. Oh yeah, and the reason daycares are open, Merry Christmas, Alex, yes, you guys too. Yeah, the music. I'm in Playa del Carmen, Alex. Quinta Avenida. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to continue this stream for too long. Your hand. Want to say hi to all his friends? Oh, he's getting shy now. But anyway, my son is super happy with his daycare. The daycare has like 3 hours per day in Spanish and 1 hour per day in English. So there is English-speaking staff there. My son didn't speak a word of Spanish. Now he speaks. It is Quinta Avenida. Now it is. Yeah, we're back on Quinta Avenida, Luciana. Yeah. Yeah. Look. Pretty stores. I'll show you guys. Yeah. We are in Playa del Carmen, Quinta Avenida. Beautiful women. What else you want? No, I know. It'll be great to have you here, Luciana. Well, Aaron, I am in Mexico, so I don't know if you meant that you haven't seen me online or you haven't seen me in person. I've been in Mexico for the past little while. Gracias. Nos vemos. Gelato place. So yeah, I know it's tough. Like if you have to go back to Canada and do the quarantine thing. Oh yeah, speaking of that, okay, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Margaret. Yeah, yeah, I know. I should be telling you guys. This place is, they give salsa lessons here and bachata lessons every night. Lots of dancing. This place goes like till 2 a.m. and later. Okay, my handsome, please don't pull on my arm. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Okay, my handsome, please. Okay, so one last thing I want to mention. So, Merry Christmas. Thank you guys. Much love. How come one is wearing masks? So some people are wearing masks. Yeah, well, I sure ain't wearing one. Officially, the governor here has said that masks must be worn even outside, but in reality, I would say it's about 50-50. My friend, who's also been here for the past 2.5 months or so, says that she has noticed more masks on the streets since the governor passed a mandate. But there's no enforcement that I can see. I don't see any enforcement, and I'm very grateful for that. They also said, my arm is hurting. Please stop. Is it mandatory? Well, yeah, again, officially, the governor has said, well, you can come, Sheila. Part of the reason I'm doing this, I'm telling people, like, you can still come to Mexico. You don't need to do a test. You don't need to quarantine once you arrive in Mexico. And now let's talk about the quarantining on the Canadian side. I heard a speaker at the Vancouver Freedom Rally recently. So apparently when you return to Canada, there's a screen that you have to click through. And one of the screens says, hey, Mike, one of the screens says that you agree to quarantine. And apparently you don't have to click yes on that. You can actually skip that screen. And the same man, and again, I did post this if you scroll back through my wall, but you have to scroll back about a month maybe. And then you're also required to fill out some questionnaire when you return to Canada. Uh, he asked the intake person there, I guess, some drunk Westerners walking. Anyway, I heard that. That's terrible, Sheila. That they're locking down Canada again, whatever that means. Because I thought you guys were fully locked down anyway. So how much more can they lock up? It's terrible. But yeah. So apparently, this questionnaire, upon arrival into Canada, he asked the guy, "Do I have to fill this out in order to re-enter Canada?" And the guy told him, like, not really. So be firm. Those of you who have to return to Canada, just click skip on that screen. If you have the option to skip it, don't agree. Don't enter into a contract that you're not agreeing to in reality, because with that, then they get you. So I mean, least you can do is try. You can say I didn't agree to it, and I mean, but again, I know they're threatening you with tickets, and like the biggest risk is, and it's happened to some people, that you may be put on a no-fly zone, but I mean, at this point, we may all be put on a no-fly zone because they are threatening to shut everything down, and you see what's happening in the UK. So I think you've got nothing to risk by at least coming, giving yourself a vacation if you can. Flights are pretty cheap last I checked. There are still multiple airlines flying to Cancun. So yeah, if you want to come to Playa del Carmen, you're going to want to fly into Cancun. And this is we're now in a more slightly quieter area of Quinta Avenida. Again, this street is full of vendors, and again, the traditional tourism here, where people that were coming here for a week or two, buying souvenirs, heading back home, the landscape is changing a little bit, and I noticed that even some of the local tour companies are starting to increasingly offer tours, more reasonably priced tours for expats, for people staying here long term. I know. Thank you very much, Sheila. Yeah, we're going to be doing a picnic on the beach with some mummies and kids and a couple of awake people that I got to meet here. And
Come on, let's get a bottle of water.
yeah, my love. Yeah, you know what? I did promise my son we're gonna get a bottle of water from 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, you know what? Up until now, they haven't bugged us about masks. One of the locations, since they put us back, so we were in yellow technically. They put us back in orange officially. Again, it's all BS. Obviously, the numbers are all made up. We all know that. But yeah, since they put us back in orange, I noticed like I'm beginning to get asked for a mask. I was at the 7-Eleven and they were like, "Oh, cubrebocas." They didn't bother me up until now. We're gonna try and see what happens. Hi, Judy. We miss you too, girl. So sweet, so sweet. Here's Anthony. Oh no, he's hiding. Okay. Well, you know what? I don't want to film and walk in, but I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know how it works at the 7-Eleven, how it goes. So I'm gonna walk in without a mask and see if they say anything. Okay. Well, I actually am thinking I'm gonna maybe film. Let me see. I'm just gonna walk towards the back. My love, are we getting this big one? Oh my god, no, I can't do that. That's too big. Let's do the 5 liter. I still haven't managed to install my Kangen water machine because I need some pre-filters and I need to figure out what type of pre-filters I need. And you know what? But I want my Kangen water back. I was able to bring my machine. I'll tell you guys about it. Or you can ask Lamont, or you can ask Sylvia Swider. Kangen water is definitely something amazing you can do for your health. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get this 5 liter. Yeah, we ran out of water. Normally we get filtered water delivered from, there are multiple companies that will deliver filtered water. You can even, there's a corner shop we can walk to and fill up the carafon. But I would have to, but I need change for that I'm just going to pay with my card right now. Anyway, thank you. I didn't get much of a sun kiss, but I'm glad you think so. I didn't go to the beach as much as I could. Oh, the only annoying thing is at 10 p.m. they stop alcohol sales. Is it still? Can I still buy anything? 10:20. Are you able to buy those?
Yeah.
Sí, ¿lo está comprando? ¿Sí permiten las ventas de alcohol?
Sí, hoy hasta las 12.
Oh, today y mañana también.
No he dicho nada.
Oh, I can buy alcohol till 12. Thank you. You know what? Pass it. Okay, guys. You know what? I'm gonna let you guys go. As you can see, she didn't say anything about the mask. And as I'm right behind me, there's an employee that has his mask on his chin. So yeah, I see a lot of Mexicans do this. They have to wear a mask for work, but they keep it pretty much on their chin, the most like as possible. Even on the buses, I walked in, the bus driver has like their mask on their chin, and they're like, "Oh, do you have a mask?" I'm like, "But you're not even wearing one." "Oh no, just have it on your chin." I was like, "Okay, sounds good to me." So you can see they're literally just doing it for compliance and nothing else. Anyway, I'm on camera by 7-Eleven, so I'm gonna go now, guys. Mucho amor. Take care, and I'll give you guys more updates. Much love, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I'll post another message tomorrow probably. Okay, much love. Take care.